Hi, I'm Neve. I'm a third-year psychobio major. One piece of advice I have for second years is that you should probably, if you're thinking about going to grad school, you should probably start planning for it now. Things like if you're gonna study for the MCAT, the LSAT, things like that. Because I mean, right now I'm studying for the MCAT, and it's a lot of preparation, so the sooner the better. One thing that helped me solidify my major was orientation, actually. It was just people talking about different majors, and at the time I was basically undeclared. But then I heard about psychobio, and I don't know, I just fell in love with it. But if you don't know what your major is right now, I don't think you should sweat it. I know it's like your second year and you're probably feeling kind of pressured, but I mean, it's cliche, but you'll figure it out. A resource I recommend second years to use more is probably the library. My first year, I basically never stepped foot in that place. But my second year, I spent a lot of time there because then you don't know what textbooks are actually in there, and a lot of your required texts are actually inside the library. So you don't have to pay like hundreds of dollars for a book you'll use once. One way I held myself accountable to go to classes is I napped right before each one. One way I initiated conversation with a professor is I just went to office hours. Usually the more you come, the more they'll recognize you. I've had plenty of awkward silences in office hours, but you know, at least they know my name. And for a faculty member, I was an HDR, and so I worked really close with Javon and Idris, who will be your RD and RC. And they're a hilarious couple. They're not a couple, but they're hilarious. You should definitely get to know them. One way I de-stress is I play games. I used to play a lot more my first year. Regret all the way because I should have studied. But I say if you're someone who likes to do that sort of stuff, make sure you do cut it. It takes self-control, and don't let it like, oh, I can play another game. Like, no, that's a good 30 minutes you could use for studying. One way to form a healthy relationship with your roommate. I think this is probably for one where people are with randoms. I think a good way is, well, there's your roommate contract. You've probably already done that your first year, and if you're a transfer, then you're gonna do it your first time. It's just a contract where you state like what you want done around the room, like when should the trash be taken out and who should do it. And it should be taken seriously. Like, it will help you establish the first like foundation of your relationship, and then that's when you can go from there.